Hello everyone, before I go any further I just want to say this video was meant to be a vlog, but the day came and I wasn't really feeling the vlog vibe. And not just that, every time I kept trying to record it would just stop me halfway through and it'd be like, oh, you don't have enough storage. And I was like, and I thought, I'm not going for the whole day just stopping and starting and being cut off and then having to find the room. So I was like, I'll do it at a later date. I was going to do it early in the weekend, yeah, and then but I prefer to do it when there's like an empty house, so I'm not completely alone, but most people are out, so that's quite good. A lot's happened actually. Like, there was a few birthdays. I know it hasn't been yet, but my sister turns 20 on this Thursday, which is the 30th. And we've left the EU, so that's happened. Not that I'm happy about it, but what can you do? I mean, I know there's been rumours going around saying that London might take a vote to stay in the EU, which I really hope goes ahead, but who knows. So anyway, I'm not going to babble on anymore, I'm just going to go straight into it. So, as you all know, and I think I mentioned it in one of my earlier videos, on the 25th of June, which was Saturday just gone, I got invited to a picnic by CLDF, which is Children's Liver Disease Foundation, for those of you who don't know. I will leave a link below so you can check it out and see what it's all about. And so yeah, they were holding this event in, I thought it was pronounced Wisley for ages. No, Wisley, sorry. And I found it was pronounced Wisley, I think that's right. I'm not sure, I'm confusing myself. But yeah, anyway, it was in Wisley Gardens, that's it. Wisley Gardens, and it was basically an event where people, families rather, were invited to go to an event, a picnic, should I say, from who have children or young people who have been in, so I'm not making any sense, and my mind's just like completely blank. Yeah, it was an event where children and young people go with their families if they've had a condition or are now post-transplant, or those are waiting on the list like myself, or those that have just had a liver condition from day one, I have myself. So I was really excited about it because I thought, my whole life I've pretty much felt isolated growing up, Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate having friends and family who really appreciate and understand my difficulties and what I'm going through, but they can't sit there and go, oh yeah, I know what that feels like, because I can't. They don't know what it feels like to be so tired you could just feel like you sleep for 12 hours. I mean, I'm sure everybody does that once in a while, but I'm pretty sure I could do that good few times a week. I don't know, maybe most people could do that, but do you know what I mean? Other things like, they don't know what it's like to just, I don't know, like have fluid collecting, or have to remember to take your medicines every day. I mean, I know a lot of people have to take medicines every day, but do you get what I'm trying to say? They just can't, a lot of people can't sit there and say, oh yeah, I get that, or I know what that feels like, because they can't. So, and you're happy that they can empathise and understand, but as I said, they can't really relate. So this is why I was so excited for this thing, because for once I felt like I could actually talk to someone who goes, oh yeah, I have that. Well, don't worry, I know what it feels like, or I know how difficult it can be. Because they do, they've had the very similar things, or they might have been for the exact same thing, So I was really excited, so I got a bit too carried away. I went out picnic shopping the day before with my sister, and I got quite a bit, but I thought, you know what? As it is, my body isn't absorbing food anyway. I have to eat more, especially protein and fat. Protein because it's good for your muscles and all that, and fat because my body's not absorbing food. Fat and sugar and all that type of stuff just gives my body some more energy, and also it can put on weight. Not that I'm looking to gain loads of weight, but I've got to keep myself at a steady weight, so that when I get my call, they can say, yeah, you're at the right weight to go ahead with this, because if you're not heavy enough, then you ain't getting that transplant, and they'll just turn you in so you gain some more weight. So yeah, don't want that. So yeah, I mean, So I got a bit carried away, but I thought, you know, even if I don't eat it all, I can always just bring it back and have it another time at home. So yeah, I did that, and then obviously the day came, and I didn't have the best night, I will admit, but then I woke up pretty early, well not that early actually, about 10 o'clock, and so yeah, I went and got ready and everything, and actually I was going to meet loads of the, let me try and get my words out, I was going to meet loads of new people obviously, but this one guy I was talking to a few days prior called Steph. So hello if you're watching, Steph. We found each other on the CLDF social network, which is called Hive. She popped up, I think she was the one who popped up first. And she just said, oh, I can't even remember what the conversation was, but how it started. But anyway, she popped up and we started talking. We seemed to get along really well, so I said to her eventually, do you have Facebook or anything? And she said yes. So I was on Facebook, and we sort of got talking a few days prior, got to know each other a bit of background. And she's actually not too far from my age. I mean, she's 19, I'm 21, so yeah. So yeah, and then so I was really looking forward to meeting her obviously, and everybody else, because obviously there are people there who I was gonna, well, I say people, there was like one person who was going who I knew other than Steph, and that's like Rich. So yeah, so if you're watching this, Rich, hello. So yeah, it was all really good. We got down there, and when I got there, I'm not being funny, but it was absolutely massive. I didn't know even where to go at first. We walked off into the picnic area, I thought, oh, this must be where it's held. And then no, so I went round to the main entrance, which is just round where, if you've ever been to Wisley Gardens, you have to walk round try and think about this. You have to walk round, just round the corner from the shop almost, and I think it's just there. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm trying to trace my mind back, but I think that's about right. So yeah, and I was thinking, and it said tickets, so I was thinking, oh God, I have to pay. Not that they don't have money, but they never told me, and I saw like this thing that said like CLDF, so I was like, oh, that must be where I go. So I went over there, gave my name, got a little sticker, and then I was allowed in, and oh my goodness, it was absolutely enormous. Like the grounds, they were absolutely beautiful, but it was so big, and they gave me this little map, and I was like, okay, I don't know where to go exactly. And there was this bit that said like wedding like area or something, and I was like thinking, oh God, I don't want to like walk around and like then walk into a wedding or gate crash someone's wedding. But no, that didn't happen. I just walked around, and I think it's actually pointing in the direction of where they hold weddings. So I kept walking around, and it said it was somewhere near the Glass House Cafe, and I found that it's not really hard to spot. You'll know it if you've been there. And so I walked around, it said a marquee, and I was like, I can't see anything, and I saw this big thing just like behind almost, or diagonally opposite the Glass House Cafe, and I was like, oh, that might be it. So I walked over, and there it was, everybody was there. So finally I sat down and with a few people, and it was really nice. You know, it was absolutely boiling. I was thinking I should have worn shorts, but no, it was really, really nice. A few games. We had this game of bingo where there were like different statements. So like, for example, have had a transplant. You have to walk around and ask people and say, have you had a transplant? And if they say yes, you have to get them to sign your thing. So we went around and did that, and that was really fun. And then I was trying to think what else we did, and I think shortly after that my friend Steph arrived, and that was it. We played this magic stick game, which I think was more for the little kids. And there were quite a few little kids there. I mean, I was like really taken back, because there was this one girl there who was like 5, and she'd already had a transplant, and I was thinking, oh my God, like, I was looking at her thinking, she does not look like she had a transplant. But then I say that when I think she was like jumping around with bags of energy, and I was just like, see, that is what I live for. When I can just, you know, run out and just have bags of energy and not think, oh, I better slow down soon, I'm going to get tired. But I mean, I was absolutely amazed. So yeah, And there were a few people there who had the same condition as me, so it was really good to meet them. Yeah, and then me and Steph were chosen, or I suppose volunteered, to do the raffle, which was really nice. And then at one point it did start raining and thundering, but luckily they had a marquee, so we went under there, and it was really, really good. They had musical statues, face painting, you know, it was really, really good. And I saw Richard, obviously. Funny story actually, when it finished, it was, he gave me his coat towards the end because I was getting quite cold because the wind was coming. And he said to me, "You cold?" I was like, "Yeah." So he just gave me his coat. He goes, "Don't run off with that, it's got my wallet in." And I was like, "Don't worry, I won't." And then obviously the end of the day came, and he sort of like rocketed ahead. And then I finally like was trailing behind him. I finally got to the entrance, and he sort of just disappeared into thin air. And then I was like, "Where's he gone?" And I was like, he needs his coat back. But then by that time my rider's already arrived, so I was like, "Oh, I can't really hang around now." So I just had to go. And then he called me, I was like, "You know, you've got my coat and wallet." I was like, "Yeah, I know, I tried to find you, but you just sort of bummed off." And he was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine." And he was like, "Could you possibly send it to me?" I was like, "Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm happy to do that." So finally yesterday I sent his wallet off, and he messaged me later today, so he's got it back, so that's good. But it was just quite funny. It's like, "Oh, make sure you don't run off with it. You know," and then there's like next thing you know, it's like, "You know, you've got my coat and wallet." I was like, oh. But yeah, anyway, I did try and find him, but he just sort of vanished into thin air. So yeah, that was that. I mean, overall, I can't even think about much else to say. I mean, it was just sort of a chilled, relaxed, you know, environment. There were a lot of families there, and it was just really nice to finally meet somebody or people who have the same, or in the same situation as me. So yeah, it was really, really good. And you know, I'm glad I'm hope to make more, I don't know what the word is, good friends in the future, because obviously now I've got Steph and everything. Yeah, so it was really, really good. I mean, I'm not sure if any of you have been there, but I live near, not too far from Hampton Court Gardens, Palace, whatever you want to call it. I think it's Palace, obviously. And the grounds are obviously quite big and everything, and that's really beautiful, especially around this time of year. But then when I got to Wisley, I think that's how you say it, it just absolutely took my breath away. It was like, you know, 5 times the size, maybe more even. It was really, really beautiful. Lovely place for picnic. It was just a shame it's rained. We did get a bit of thunder, but you know, so yeah, and hopefully I'll be going to a conference thingy in, I was about to say July, it's September. So yeah, hopefully I'll be looking forward to that. Obviously it does depend on my health and if I get a call between now and then, but you know, hopefully I'll be able to go. But obviously if I get a call, that'll be even better. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry if this video's been a bit boring. I don't really think of much of what to say, but I hope you guys enjoy it anyway. If you do, obviously do give it a thumbs up if you want, and you can comment, and also if you do want to see more of me, then do hit subscribe. Bye guys!